Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. We've made it back to town, we've done our level ups, and we've got a few resources that we can have a little look at and think about what we're going to do. The logging camp allows us to do a 2-for-1 trade, either, in fact a direct trade, 2 money for 1 lumber, or back the other way. It looks like we can do this once a week. In terms of how much lumber we've got a decent-ish amount. We could potentially try and get enough money in order to do some purchases. But let's have a little look and see what the items are that are available for sale. Thieves' Hood, Flea-Bitten Shawl, Ice Skates, Metallic Scrap Sword, which is nice. I mean, I'm definitely not against that as a weapon. You've got 2 one-handed weapons. You've got 2-handed, so we could get this in anticipation of the future, but we'd need a lot more money for that. And you've got 2 items. In terms of the small items, we did get that Ring of the Night last time. So we've got a display bug here. During your turn, perform a consume dark, consume any to give invisible self. At least I think that's what that's saying. Yeah, consume dark, consume any to give invisible self. And it's a 1-use item that doesn't get refreshed. It's not bad, but we've not got anything that generates dark. And we're not generating any other elements either, come to think of it. So we could probably get away with selling this and just having the money. The only other thing that we could do is... yeah, I don't think we can transfer it to other people either. Because we can only have 1 small item, it's kind of limited. Let's sell it. I'm sure it will be useful for someone. And it can be bought now. Okay. So there is the potential for someone else to pick it up down the line. That's good. Alright, purchasing stuff I don't think is really going to get us anywhere. Let's have a look at the craftsman. In terms of little things that we could do, spyglass is a head item. We don't have a head item on you. We do have one over here, and we've got one over here. So the banner spear is the only one who could make do with that. I don't think I like the spyglass or the helmet in that sense. I think I'd want something that's actually adding some kind of defense. We could potentially get crude hide armor. It's slightly better than the leather armor. It would give an additional -1 card, but in theory we've got perks that could get around that later on. We've already got leg items. What's this protective scepter? During your turn, grant 1 ally within a range of 2 1 shield, and that's reusable. That's pretty good, actually. Rather than the weighted net, I think I'd rather take the protective scepter. And maybe something... And the Algox hammer. That's really what I'm thinking. Okay, let's get the protective scepter. We are gonna... No, don't sell it. We're gonna equip it. We're gonna keep the weighted net. It's unlikely we're going to specifically take it out, but we might at some point. But if we have the protective scepter, and then we get enough money together to buy that massive Algox Warhammer, then we've got the potential for a melee stunt, which is always nice. Especially if we lean into something that has got air of effect. That'll be down the line a little bit. So, back to crafting. Do we have any other items that we want? Crude boots could give us a little bit more mobility. And it's only a couple of hides. Before we do that, let's have a look at building new buildings. So we've got the hunting lodge, which will allow us to, I assume, buy and sell hides. We've got the mining camp, which will allow us to do metal. And then we've got things that will allow us to access different mission areas, I believe. For upgrades, we can upgrade the craftsman. Yeah, I'm not against that as an idea. Let's do that. Okay, there's the upgrade. We're gonna donate. It's all gonna come from our very, very, very rich Blink Blade. There we go. That building is under construction. Let's have a look at the Alchemist to see if there's any other potions that we can have an experiment with. This one, let's research it. This is a healing potion. This is going to be worth someone who is in the middle of everything getting it. Let's give it to the Banner Spear. And I think we'll have that instead of the Cure Potion. I do like the Cure Potion. However, I think this is a smart choice. We can sell the Cure Potion for 4, but I think it's probably worth us holding on to it for right now. The existing recipes we don't, but we could make another healing potion. If we were to do that, that's better than the renewing potion, yeah. So we'll switch that over. The renewing potion is situationally useful, which means right now it's not useful. Yeah, we're limited by the number we can make, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's how the game is. Okay, so we've got our construction stuff done. We've got our various items done. Let's sell at the logging camp. We'll sell a little bit of lumber. Oh, we can do more. Ah, you can sell as much as you like. Well, in that case, let's buy that. Let's buy that Algox Warhammer now. So we've got it. Now we've got an incentive to stick that perk in that allows us to take extra items out. We'll equip the Warhammer rather than the Protective Scepter for for right this moment. But I think that's probably all we can really do in town. Let's have a think about what we've got. So we've been down through the Crystal Trench and things. It looks like we can go back and redo missions. So that's good if we need to harvest specific resources. Especially some things like there is still a random item left in Heart of Ice. I don't know if redoing Heart of Ice would allow us to unlock the other character. I suspect not. I suspect that's locked in as it is. For right now, though, let's carry on to the Ancient Spire because I'm enjoying this this tundra that we're over at. We've got an encounter.
People in Frosthaven tend to be the solitary type, struggling to get by in a world of ice. Imagine your surprise, then, to see a group of 10 people standing around a donkey on the road. A particularly intoxicated Inox stumbles up to you.
It's the drink donkey.
He looks back over his shoulder,
The
half to
drink
indicate
donkey.
the donkey, and half to confirm the donkey is in fact still there.
It's the best donkey outside of Frosthaven.
He drags you over by the arm to take you on a tour of the donkey's offerings. He points to a barrel hanging off the donkey.
On this side, he's got a barrel of ice wine.
He shows you a matching one on the other side of the donkey.
And on this side, he's got juniper ale. The front side.
He points just in case you weren't sure.
Of
is
course.
where you put in the donkey food. And the backside.
He leans in close, slurring.
Don't go there, or he'll kick you.
He nods deeply, as though he shared some great secret.
Yeah, let's donate some food to the donkey food side. So, it looks like 2 herbs. We've got 2 herbs.
You drop some food into a metal can hanging around the drink donkey's neck, then uncork a side barrel to test the quality of the offerings. It's sweet and smooth, and after a few hours, you've forgotten quite where you were supposed to be. Probably not that important then.
So we've gained 3 morale, but we're going to have to discard 2 ability cards at the start of the next quest. That's not good. Ancient Spire, right. Time to pick some battle goals. Ooh, Daredevil. Add 2 cards to your lost pile before your first rest. So that's burning cards specifically. Exterminator could work. Kill 1 or more enemies of each monster type that appear in the quest. So that means the Robotic, Bolt Shooter Elite, and the Bolt Shooter. We'll give that a go. I don't think Workhorse is likely. For Inertion, Pickpocket, Miser, Sadist. Let's go with Miser. Never exit a room with loot bags in. And for Seraph, let's go with Bully. That seems quite an easy one to manage.
The iron spire towers over the barren wastes, riveted metal covered in a thick lens of ice. The thing stands taller than even the great sanctuary back in White Oak, cutting
pretty
through
tall.
the daylight and casting a long, foreboding shadow onto the snowy plain like some nefarious sundial. The opening mechanism on the black iron door is wholly foreign, but with a good deal of tinkering and prying, you finally manage to force it open. and are greeted by a sudden blast of arid heat.
This is the kind of sound issues I was talking about with the balancing.
Filled with cogs and pistons and dozens of scampering mechanical creatures. The creatures pay you no attention at all, and instead hurry about, carrying armfuls of debris down a single immense hallway.
Hopefully it'll get a bit louder for the rest.
Meeting no resistance, you make your way inside
No
the
such
tower
luck.
and travel down the main hallway until it empties into a wide circular room where an enormous beam of sanguine energy crackles and hums, shooting up from the chamber's floor and piercing the ceiling. It's as if a small sun was harnessed and imprisoned inside this tower.
Interesting.
This main chamber is filled with even more mechanical creatures. They still pay you no attention, but as some of them pass by, you manage to get a closer look at what they're carrying, and the sight of it cools your blood. Body parts, arms and legs and torsos cut from all manner of animals, but you notice some Ulgox parts as well are being carried about as if they were coal in a furnace room. The scale of the slaughter is staggering as you consider the number of automatons scurrying through the chamber, carrying their loads down a stairwell on the other side.
Right.
Just then, a ghastly-looking creature made of swirling prismatic smoke and a hard, gnarled shell moves out from behind a row of metal boxes and catches sight of you, releasing a high, visceral screech.
I think we're in trouble.
Mortal scum!
It yells.
You dared intrude here with your filthy blood! I will take pleasure in using your limbs to complete the cycle!
The demon rakes a hand over a nearby panel of lights, and responding as one, the entire horde of automatons all cease moving. Their gruesome cargo drops to the floor, and then, slowly, they advance toward you.
Right, well that was quieter than we needed it to be. We are going to have to pick cards to discard. Let's have a look at what we have first of all. So, at the end of each round, the Chaos Lieutenant will perform Heal X self, where X is R times L divided by 2, where R is the number of ruined machines and L is the level of the party. Okay. So, the more ruined machines there are, the more he heals. The Chaos Lieutenant can attack anywhere with it with ranged attacks. Okay, that's worrying. Only one hero can pass through the marked hex to duel the Chaos Lieutenant. I guess this is the marked hex for going through to duel. So whoever goes through can't be... I think we're going to have to send the Blink Blade. Let's have a check. Yeah, that is the specific active effect. This could be dangerous. Immune to disarm, immune to stun, not immune to poison, not immune to wound. Blink Blade is the right character to send in there. Okay, we're going to get rid of some stuff to start off with. Let's get rid of... I want Rallying Cry. I want to get that banner out. Let's get rid of Regroup to start off with, and Pincer Movement, I think. Okay, on the Drifter, we're going to get rid of Deadly Shot, I think. We didn't put our new ability in here, did we? Because right now it doesn't make a lot of sense. let's get rid of Vile Assault and sustain momentum, because there's not a great deal of momentum we're going to have in here. And over this side, I think we're going to get rid of Temporal Displacement and Sap Speed. Okay. It looks like there is more machines that are going to be spawning in. Can't say I'm a big fan of that. So we're going to switch things around this way. We have to defeat the Chaos Lieutenant. That's the only stipulation. Go slow. And you just need to move 3, really, to get through. So kinetic transfer will get us through. And we'll use drive recharge just to pass the time for right now. I think we're going to end up resting when we get close to this guy. I do want what's in the treasure chest, but obviously he is a big concern. And if he's going to be healing each round, he's going to be getting rid of the wounds that we stick on him. So we're not going to get a huge amount of damage out of wounds in themselves. Okay, I think we'll go for Precision Aim and Relentless. And we'll kind of pack stuff in. We'll go for Javelin and try and get a bit of damage out. I want you to be there, actually. So we'll get Javelin out and we'll get the Rallying Cry out for the banner. Let's see how bad this goes. This could go horribly, horribly wrong for us. Okay. The bolt shooters are just passing time. The Chaos Lieutenant's going to come closer by the looks of it. I am worried about that Chaos Lieutenant and how powerful he really is. So, Banner of Strength. Javelin on you. First kill. Just need to do the elite and we'll have completed Exterminator. Okay, he doesn't actually come through, so that's kind of interesting. Precision Aim, activate that. And the Retaliate. And our Blink Blade. Let's go through. We're not going to do the kinetic transfer thing, so skip that. Skip that. I assume the Blink Blade can now just move on through. Let's say Cascading Reaction to get in there. And hypothetically, hit and run. Right at the back over here, we've got a whole bunch of things. If we set for the charge, that'd be quite nice. I would like to kind of step in front to here. But I also want to get the unbreakable wall on. Let's get the unbreakable wall on. And then over this side, what are we going to do? You're at range 3. You're at range 3. These are fine for draining arrows. None of the others, however, are. But if we do if we do shockwave, we kind of move forwards a little bit, which is fine. Yeah, let's say shockwave and draining arrows. We'll stand in front. We'll still be in range there. In fact, we could even get to there, but then we're not. We're blocking for set for the charge. That's the problem. Let's go a bit slower. Let them come to us. And they're going super slow. Okay, banner spear. So set for the charge. Unbreakable wall. Get that shield up. Drifter. Seeing as these guys are only coming one closer to us, we can definitely get closer and deal with them. I would love it if we had a little bit more range, but we don't quite. So this all helps out. You're not quite in range to throw the explosive vial onto either. Blink blade. Cool, we can move through. So I'm assuming that this just needs 2 in order to cross over. And this is now blocked and locked. No, he's coming. Range 5 attacks. Don't like that. First bit of damage. I'm glad we got that little bit of shield. Looks like there's going to be more spawning as well. We might have to step in and start clearing them out. If we get to here, we can tip the spear. So let's go at all costs and tip of the spear. As for the drifter, prudent preparation. Gonna want to go after our friend though. And bloodletting would be a great one to get in there. Actually, that's not going to be close enough for tip of the spear. We would need to move. So if you're going to move up, where are you going to go? You're going to go to there. And then, actually no, it would be fine for the tip of the spear. It would be fine. So we can do a deadly shot on this guy, actually. And then if we hit unbreakable, that seems like a smart choice. We're going to go super slowly over the back. Try and try and give this chap a chance to get closer to us before we engage with the quickness. So we'll go sand in the hourglass and twin strike. Okay, bolt shooters are coming in a bit closer and putting shields on. That's a pain. Don't like it hurting the banner. Okay, Drifter. Deadly shot on this guy over here. Didn't get to see what the roll was because we've got that pop-up in place. With their shield, it didn't do a huge amount. Let's give ourselves a bit of shield for a while. And I don't think we need the Amulet of Life just yet. We're going to step through. And we are going to tip of the spear through this guy. Okay. We killed the robotic bolt shooter elite. Oh, but now there's ruined machines. So I would have thought that would count for what we needed. I guess the Chaos Lieutenant counts as a separate one, so maybe that's just not going to be possible for us. Which absolutely sucks if that's the case. Okay, stepping in and healing isn't good. Oh my god, there is so much stuff that he's created. So much stuff. This is going to be so painful. So that's difficult terrain, which is just a movement penalty, which I'm assuming these would be as well. Let's get closer. There's no one for sand in the hourglass, unfortunately. Swapping over dark and light, and swapping over light and dark. Okay, now we need to go fast and really do some shenanigans with this. So these look like they're still creating. Fire is in place. I think we just need to get in there and get deflecting maneuver in place. If we do prudent preparation and just step forwards and tank a load, that could also work for us. Let's move in with crushing weight. And over here, I think we need to go fast now. You've only got two bits that you've built up. So we can move in with blurry jab and stab him with power leak. We can get a wound on him if we do it the other way around, but I don't think we've got quite enough movement to get over this. We could also go slow and do it that way around and then go fast next turn. Let's try that. This may be a massive mistake. Okay, he's going to move 3 and he's going to hit with a muddle and he's going to consume to do Bane. Oh, which is going to probably kill us. Let's step forwards. All these bolt shooters are just going to do poison and lock in place. So there's no point in having any retaliation. Oh, except about those ones. Alright, let's get retaliation on and the shield. That will provide us some benefit. And I will bomb you. Because that'll help. Probably should have saved that till next turn. That's a mistake. Bit of corpse cap. Okay. I really want to be where that one is. So we could do meat grinder. Let's step on in. Skip the rest of the movement. Get the regen on you. Because I think you're more likely to be hit by stuff. And then we'll go deflecting maneuver on the guy in the middle, which is going to damage everyone around. If we don't take any damage, the regen will give us what we need to get past that poison. We are definitely taking damage. Oh, this guy's moving slower than us. Right, so he's going to come over the difficult terrain. That difficult terrain is move cost 2, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3 and come to here. So if he's going to land there, if we're just like one space away, we'll be fine. Yeah, skip the rest of the movement. No one to hit with that. And I assume this has to be for someone right next to him. So we'll stay where we are and hope that that's good enough. Yeah, it looks like we're fine for that round. Okay, time for short rests. Always short resting. We can actually do continuous health and bloodletting over here. Pass a bit of time. This is going to be a short rest. We've still only got 2 speed. This is giving us nothing, which has to be a mistake. Okay, I think we should reload this to the start and rerun it through, because not being able to build up speed is going to be a huge problem for us. It is a fundamental condition on the character. So give me a moment and we'll come back in. All right, so out of an abundance of caution, I did some reading just to make sure. You don't get extra tokens if you already have 2, which means declaring fast for 7 consecutive rounds is a huge thing for the Blink Blade. So we're definitely going to go fast this round. We're going to need a short rest so we can do what we need to. And we're going to want to get a poison on this guy. We're going to want to get a wound on him. So cascading reaction is a must. And then we're going to want to get away from him. So I don't know precisely how we're going to manage that. We might need to do a slow round of hit and run, or should have done a slow round of hit and run last time, so that we could get that working. Hard to say. Either way, short rest over here. Back in the middle, we're going to have a short rest. And on the drifter, we'll do both of these. Set for the charge, yeah, we can lose that. And sap speed, yes, we can lose that as well. Although locking him in place would be amusing. So right in the middle of all of this, this is ideally set up for the unbreakable wall. Unfortunately, we can't activate that. We can't make it all the way round to the back, so we may just be better off doing like tip of the spear on him and deflecting maneuver. We are muddled, which I do not like. I still want to hit him with a cascading reaction, though. We can do a kinetic transfer into him, which would do 1 more damage. We could also temporal displacement hit him from here and back up with, and step in and kinetic transfer, hit him and push him away. That would be pushing him 3 as well. He will heal, but that would get rid of our muddle. Let's try it. This is going to be janky as all hell anyway. He is going super fast and he is attacking us directly. So fast. Right, banner spear. Tip of the spear this direction. I was really hoping for something a little better than that. Let's get rid of the poison. And prep for all the incoming attacks. Blink Blade. So we are at a disadvantage. Thankfully, we've got good cards in our deck. And because he's moved already, we get to potentially act twice before he can act if we're fast this coming time. Right, so we're gonna step to here. Give him a stab with the poison, which I like. Do I want to push him back? That's the question. I don't think I do. Drink your potion. Wait. Where's all my shield gone? I had 3 shields. I think that's bugged. It's a little painful. Oh. It goes on top of the natural mob strength, I guess? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then whatever they roll. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. Well, that's still really painful then. We can get you killed. So let's do that. And maybe we can get you killed. And we'll get back a use of precision aim. I think we need to do some healing amongst us. There's a bit of protection. Take the damage for now. The banner is dead. Curses. That's a real shame, because if we can finish it this time, that would have been enough for us to get the mastery. Alright, we want to go super quick. We want power leak, we want cascading reaction. This guy has healed up, but our poison stopped him from regenerating health. That was the big win of that. I need to go fast and get some healing on myself. So let's say javelin and regroup. And we're going to need a short rest down here. Sure, we can lose sustained momentum. If we do draining arrows, we can also do prudent preparation to heal our friend, and I like that. And we're going faster than the things nearby, and we're going faster than the lieutenant, so this may work out for us in the end. Let's get some hits out. Okay, healing. Hang in there, Banner Spear. We need both of these to hit well. That's good. I wonder, getting that treasure chest. If we kill him, is it going to just finish instantly? Just in case it doesn't, let's move around. Down he goes. Which is what we needed. And I'm actually going to step on here and loot this, just in case it does end. Two metal. Right, Banner Spear. I want to grab all of this stuff. Regroup. We're immobilized, so we can't grab anything. We can pull the guy closer, though. Gives us a lot of muddling. Okay. Surgical. This worked well for us to get past the mission, but there is that treasure chest still there. And getting that, I'm sure, is going to be problematic. We got Miser, so 2 perk marks at least, but not a huge amount of other things. Interesting that we have ticked off the robotic bolt shooters now. Let's head back to the outpost.
The demon lies ruined beneath you, its life ebbing slowly out, but still, it speaks.
Your efforts mean nothing. Our machinations are ageless. We will gather our power and turn this world to ash.
That doesn't sound good.
Its glossy eyes swivel toward the tower above, and a terrible smile curls over its face.
Even now, my kin prepare to destroy you, mortal upstart, and your failed outpost.
The demon tries to laugh, but the effort pushes it over the edge. The creature's body swells and then sinks down, breaking its physical barriers and dissolving into a slick of prismatic fluid that seeps through the grates below you, leaving only a greasy smear behind.
Ugh.
However, with the demons passing, you notice that the machines, what few are still hanging on, suddenly drop to the floor, dormant. A connection, perhaps, between them and the infernal creature.
Most likely.
Taking stock of the chamber again, you find 2 points worthy of inspection. First is a stairwell leading down, where a number of the automatons had been carrying their cargo when you first entered.
We like cargo.
Second, the beam of light. Standing close to it, you can feel its sickly energy radiating outward. And yet there is a warmth to it that is not entirely repellent. It's like some immense tropical waterfall flowing in reverse. Acting on a hunch, you grab a hunk of ruined machine from the floor and toss it into the light. It hovers there, begins to fall, and then vanishes from sight. A second later, you hear a soft metal clang from somewhere up above, and you understand. Teleportation magic is a fickle thing, but if you decide to investigate the upper levels of this tower, at least you now have a way up.
And of course we're going to go upwards. So we've got a bit of lumber, we've got a bit of hides, we've got a bit of metal. We've got 2 new quests, the Upper Spire and the Spire Basement. And I think that's a fair enough distribution of the materials for everyone. Okay, we need to decide where we're going to go on to. I think the Upper Spire is the one that we'll do. So we'll get that underway. And while we're here, we can just have a quick check for the various perk points. So we've got 2 perk marks on the Banner Spear. We have 2 on our lovely Drifter. And we have none at the moment on the Blink Blade. Oh, we're going up against Chaos Demons, Wind Demons, and Living Bones. Well, that's going to have to be next time, I'm afraid, because we are out of time for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone, and thanks for your patience while I figure out the rules. Obviously, without a huge amount of documentation on the characters, we're going to struggle with the digital version of Frosthaven, so there is going to be a fair bit of reading in between bits and bobs. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Frosthaven. See you soon.